Abu Bakr visited Jabir bin Abdullah in his house. At that time, Ibn Abdullah had a problem about how to distribute his wealth as an inheritance for his family.
What do you command me to do with my money, O Rasulullah?
Prophet Muhammad answered the question regarding inheritance distribution in Surah An-Nisa, verses 11, 12, and 176.
This is what Allah said.
Let me write it down.
Quran, Surah An-Nisa, verse 11. Allah thus directs you as regards your children's inheritance. To the male, a portion equal to that of 2 females. If only daughters, 2 or more, their share is 2/3 of the inheritance. If only one, her share is 1/2. For parents, a 1/6 share of the inheritance to each. If the deceased left children. If no children, and the parents are the only heirs, the mother has 1/3. If the deceased left brothers or sisters, the mother has 1/6. The distribution in all cases after the payment of legacies and debts.
Okay, Rasulullah.
In what your wives leave, your share is 1/2, if they leave no child. But if they leave a child, ye get 1/4, after payment of legacies and debts. In what ye leave, their share is 1/4, if ye leave no child. But if ye leave a child, they get 1/8, after payment of legacies and debts. If it is a man that dies, leaving a sister but no child, she shall have half the inheritance. If such a deceased was a woman who left no child, her brother takes her inheritance. If there are 2 sisters, they shall have 2/3 of the inheritance between them. If there are brothers and sisters, they share, the male having twice the share of the female. Thus doth Allah make clear to you his law, lest ye err. And Allah hath knowledge of all things.
Thank you, Ya Rasulullah.
Normally, one would not ask an illiterate person to come up with a mathematical equation for something as crucial as inheritance, as it could lead to disastrous results. This explanation will demonstrate that Prophet Muhammad, who was indeed illiterate, was not known for his mathematical expertise. Despite the claim that Allah made them clear, these laws are far from clear. Surah An-Nisa, verse 11 says that if a man has only one daughter, she gets half of the inheritance, irrespective of other heirs. But since the same verse says that the share of the son is twice that of the daughter, her brother is supposed to get all the inheritance. Isn't this a discrepancy? Certainly, there is an error in this law. The problem is aggravated when the share of other heirs, parents and wives, are taken into consideration. There are cases when the total of the shares assigned to the inheritors exceeds the patrimony. Take, for example, the following. According to those verses, if a man dies leaving behind a wife, 3 daughters, and his 2 parents, his wife's share of his inheritance is 1/8. In what ye leave, their share is 1/4 if ye leave no child. But if ye leave a child, they get 1/8. His daughters will receive 2/3. If only daughters 2 or more, their share is 2/3 of the inheritance. And his parents will get 1/6 of his inheritance each. For parents, a 1/6 share of the inheritance to each, if the deceased left children. The sum of these shares is more than the total of inheritance. There are not enough shares for everyone to receive their prescribed shares. The shortage is 1/8. If the wife has no children, and the daughters belong to an ex-wife of the deceased, this is what happens. Wife with no children is 1/4. Daughters from an ex-wife of the deceased is 2/3. His parents will get 1/6 of his inheritance each. In this case, the shortage is 1/4. The injustice of this law is obvious. Let us say a woman has been married to a man for 25 years and has bore him his children. She gets 1/8 of the inheritance, but if the same man has married a new wife just a few days before his death, the new wife will receive twice as much. This law is absurd because it is fundamentally unfair. Only those who have been subjected to extreme brainwashing that distorts their ability to think clearly would believe such a law comes from God. Rational individuals will not only recognize the flaws in its reasoning, but will also see the inherent injustice in these laws, leading them to conclude that Islam cannot be from God. Take another example. Say a man is survived by his childless wife, his mother, and his sisters. The wife